Welcome to the dailyworkhorse.com YouTube channel. In this video, I'll give you the top job interview tips. You'll see the real purpose of a job interview and what companies are looking for. How to quickly and effectively prepare for your interview. How to dress for the interview. How to make the perfect first impression so you can be high on the list of applicants. And the top 5 most common mistakes people make during a job interview. But first, make sure you subscribe to this channel to make sure you always have the best career information at your fingertips. To get the most out of this important info, it's a good idea to take notes on your smartphone text pad or on an actual notepad. The most important points will begin with a star next to them. Okay, let's get into this. Job interviews can be a little intimidating and stressful, but there are many ways to prepare for them. You need to prepare yourself mentally before the interview and then have a plan of what you'll say once you get there. Now, here's why a job interview is the ultimate test of your communication skills. You are judged on how well you can communicate your skills and personality to the interviewer. And remember, a job interview is a two-way process. The interviewer tries to find out if you are the right person for the job, and you try to find out if you want to work for that company. There are many ways to prepare for a job interview. One way is to research the company you are interviewing with, find out what they do and what their culture is like. Another way is to review your resume and practice answering questions about it. Research the company, write down some questions, and rehearse your answers in front of a mirror. The best way to answer questions is by telling stories about yourself and what you have done in past jobs or volunteer opportunities. The person who writes the questions in an interview varies from employer to employer, but most often it's a member of HR or another person in charge of hiring decisions. The preparation stage. Research about the company you are interviewing for. You can see if they have any social media platforms or blogs that you can follow to get a better idea of their culture and what they are looking for in a candidate. Check your social media. It is important to be aware of your online presence as well. Make sure that there is nothing on your profile that would disqualify you from getting a job offer. Do some trial runs. Practice answering difficult questions by asking friends or family members to ask you questions to test out your responses. This way, you will know what kind of answers work best with people who don't know anything about the company and have no stake in whether you get hired. Bring a portfolio. You should have a few creative examples of your work that showcase your skills, such as designs, writing samples, or photos. Prepare questions to ask during the interview. Prepare the questions you want to ask and make sure that they are not too difficult to answer. It is also important to know your strengths and weaknesses, so be aware of what you bring in terms of skills and experience to the position. Dress appropriately for an interview. It is important to dress appropriately for an interview. Consider it a formal meeting because your immediate future may depend on it. You want to make sure you represent yourself in the best way possible. Dressing for an interview should be professional and conservative. You want to make a good impression, so you should wear something that is clean and neat. Avoid dressing for the interview in a way that would make you stand out unprofessionally. Dress appropriately for an interview by wearing a suit and tie or dress that is conservative, professional, and clean. Make sure not to wear anything far too flashy or distracting. Some tips for nailing that impressive first impression. You only get one chance to make a good first impression. And that impression is made in the first few seconds of meeting someone. So, how can you make sure your first impression is an impressive one? It's all about knowing what to do and what not to do. Smile as soon as you see the interviewer. Shake hands with a firm grip and look at the person in the eye. Introduce yourself by name, sit down with confidence, and make sure your body language is open and inviting. Give brief, concise answers to the interviewer's questions. Don't drink coffee, chew gum, and avoid fidgeting or touching your face. Top 5 most common mistakes people make during a job interview. 1. Not being prepared for the interview. This is one of the most common mistakes that people make during a job interview. It is important to do your research about the company and know what they are looking for in their employees. 2. Lack of confidence. It is important to come into an interview with confidence, and not be afraid to ask questions about what you don't know or understand. 3. Talking too much. A lot of people talk too much during interviews because they are nervous or trying too hard to impress their interviewer. However, it's important to listen and hear what the interviewer has to say, as well as ask questions when needed. 4. Lying about experience. This is a big mistake that people make. It's critical not to lie about your experience to an employer. It can lead to problems down the road, and worse than that, many interviewers have a built-in BS detector in their brains. 5. Using your cell phone. This is a big no-no, as it may indicate you are a prospective employee who will spend far too much time attending to your cell phone than doing your job effectively. Put it on silent. Subscribe to this channel, so you can always stay updated with the latest crucial employment information. Thank you, and see you on the next one.